Question: when you sit down to eat, do you expect a full meal or crumbs? I have never seen anyone go to a restaurant, look at the menu and say, you know what, just bring me the leftovers, whatever fell off somebody else's plate. You expect the full plate, the main course, the sides, the drink. You expect to be served properly. So why in your life, in your relationships, in your standards, are you accepting crumbs? The problem of normalizing less. The issue isn't that crumbs exist. The issue is you have normalized them. You have been given so little for so long, just a little bit more than nothing is everything. You call inconsistency potential. You call bare minimum effort. You excuse emotional unavailability as he's just going through something. You are being put on a shelf and taken down when it's convenient for them. You don't keep getting crumbs because that's all that's available. You keep getting crumbs because somewhere along the way, you accepted them. Where this starts. This didn't just happen overnight. This started with conditioning. Some of you were taught, be grateful for what you get. Don't ask for too much. Don't be difficult. Take what's there. So now, as an adult, you feel guilty expecting more. You shrink your standards, so you don't lose people. You silence your needs, so you don't seem too much. Please know you are not too much. You are trying to fit in with people who are not enough to be in your space. Stop accepting less. The fear that keeps you stuck. What's the real reason you keep accepting crumbs? Fear. It's fear of being alone, fear of starting over, fear that this is the best you're going to get. So you hold on to something that barely feeds you because you're scared of having nothing at all. Question: what's the difference between having nothing and having something that still leaves you empty? You are still hungry either way. At least with nothing, you have space for something real and peace. The lie of potential. Some of you are not even in relationships. You are in ideas, holding on to what someone could be, instead of dealing with what they actually are. You see flashes of effort, moments of attention, small gestures. You build a complete future off your ideas. That is not a full meal. That is a sample. You keep going back for samples, instead of demanding a plate. Remember this, potential will keep you starving. Reality will tell you if you are being fed. Number 5, how this affects your self-worth. Every time you accept crumbs, you send a message to yourself saying, this is what I deserve. Not because it's true, but because it's what you are allowing. Over time, you stop expecting more. You stop asking for more. You stop believing that more does not exist for you. That's how people end up stuck in cycles for years. Not because they can't leave, but because they no longer believe they should. Book 6, the shift: stop accepting crumbs. So how do you change this? You raise your standard, and your tolerance drops. You stop over-explaining what you need. You stop negotiating your worth. You stop calling lack love. Most importantly, you start walking away from anything that doesn't meet you fully. Not angrily, not emotionally, but clearly. Once you know what a full meal looks like, crumbs become disrespectful. You don't have to beg for a full plate. You don't have to convince someone to feed you properly. This story is told in my new book titled Off the Shelf. A story about knowing your worth and no longer accepting the mediocre. Off the Shelf can be found on Amazon. The right situations, the right people, the right opportunities will come completely, not halfway, not sometimes, not when they feel like it. The real question remains, why are you still accepting breadcrumbs? Be honest with yourself. Where in your life are you accepting crumbs right now? Relationships, opportunities, yourself? Drop it in the comments. Let's discuss. Subscribe, like, and share. Someone needs to hear this. See you in the next one.